Yo, it's ItzNoodlz. Welcome back to another reaction. Today we're reacting to damn, I just totally lost all of my momentum, but we're reacting to which ReZero characters could survive COVID-19. Recently in one of my last Icky Donut videos, it wasn't recently at all, but a person named ReZero fan said, could you react to this specific reaction video? This video from Icky Donut. He asked, could I react to it? And I was like, that's kind of more of a 2020 thing. I feel like we're past COVID, but at the same time, if you want me to react to it, just get your comment to 5 likes. And his comment got 6 likes. He beat what I said. So now we're here to react to it. So without further ado, let's get straight into this. Right. One of my favorite characters
existed in ReZero.
One of my favorite characters, one of my favorite creators is what I meant to say. I love his videos.
How fast would it spread? Would the world ever recover? Which characters would survive and which characters would die? Welcome everybody.
Die is kind of crazy. People did die from it though, but die is kind of. I feel like majority of people though on the world in the planet, they got it and then they got good. They got real sick and then they recover it. But I guess for a video standpoint, we're gonna say they died.
Buddy to the corona if.
Jesus. Then again, me thinking on like the ReZero world and like what they would see this as, because most things in Mushko Tensei, right? They just say that, oh, if you go through a heartbreak, that's a curse of love, you know? And it's certain stuff like that that we don't really think about in the medieval like world or like artificial fantasy world that is never like, they're not modernized like us, like actual like people. Some shows, they are just back in medieval times, or they're like fantasy where a lot of modern stuff doesn't exist. So if they got COVID, they probably would see it as like a great plague. You know, like everybody's getting sick, people are dying. Yeah, actually, now that I think about it, yeah, that makes sense actually.
This video will contain some pretty fat web novel spoilers, so to all you anime onlys out there, you gotta go, I'm sorry. While we wait.
ReZero anime onlys that haven't watched all of season 2, I don't know why you haven't caught up yet, because season 3 is gonna blow your fucking socks off. But if you are still in season 1, or like not even halfway through it, you need to leave and come back.
Wait for them to click away, I've got an announcement for the rest of you. As you can tell, I haven't been making many videos recently. That's because I've been very busy in real life. Currently though, I have a tiny sliver of spare time, so I'm gonna try to cover one of the if stories, but I wanna let you guys pick it for me. So in the comments, let me know which if.
Oh, I'm certain he's already did it. Les Butterfly's Dream, Sloth Rim. I like how he just said Sloth Rim. All these other ones have crazy names. Sloth Rim.
Story you'd like.
Hey man, that's funny. That's funny.
So first of all, how exactly did the coronavirus make its way to the ReZero world? We could just say Subaru brought it over from Japan, but right. I'd rather view this from a more realistic angle. There's a certain demon beast in ReZero that is known to spread viruses over the ground it travels.
Okay.
Anyone that touches this demon beast is immediately infected by 100 different diseases.
Okay.
I believe most of you are familiar with the demon beast I'm talking about. The black snake was the only demon beast Daphne created that wasn't meant to be consumed. Even the white whale and the great rabbit were edible, so long as you could kill them before they killed you.
Right.
But the black snake was given poisonous flesh and blood. So if Daphne's goal was to get rid of world hunger, why didn't she make the black snake edible? Well, the black snake was meant to eliminate hunger by eliminating everything capable of feeling hunger. If there's no one left, then no one can starve.
Yeah,
so because Daphne prefers death over hunger, the black snake was created.
Yeah.
The last we heard of the black snake was over 100 years ago when it attacked Elior Forest and then mysteriously disappeared, like translation chicken. But according to the author's Q&As, at some point in some future arc, Subaru does encounter it. He actually ends up getting trapped by it, unable to escape. And I believe this scene where Subaru comes in contact with the black snake is the most realistic.
Man, oh, trapped in a fucking plague snake. Oh my,
starting point of the coronavirus.
Oh man,
The details of Subaru's capture are
When I said spoiler warning, I know I'm pausing 11. I'm sorry about that. When I said spoiler warning for the anime only, I didn't think that I was gonna get spoiled. But I'm already this deep in, so let's go.
unknown, but because the Black Snake is involved, we can assume Subaru's been contaminated by the snake's diseases. But being the main character, Subaru has to escape somehow. So
Right.
let's say he escapes. Now Subaru's infected with 100 diseases, one of which is the coronavirus.
Okay.
Obviously, he can't cure them on his own, so he's got to find a healer, right? Well, Felix is the only healer I can think of who's powerful enough to cure 100 diseases at once.
Yeah, that's
and
true.
remember, Felix is a cat, and
Right.
cats are susceptible to the coronavirus. So now the virus has spread from Subaru to
Okay.
Felix, as well as anyone else Subaru's been in contact.
This is a fucking emote in my Discord server. When I saw this shit, I instantly was like, yes, I need this. I also got a friend who's a big Felix fan. I don't know why, so don't ask me. But he's a big fan of Felix. So I was immediately, when I saw this, I'm like, oh yeah, I gotta put that in my server.
Contact with along the way. So from this point on, the virus spreads and spreads until eventually all 4 kingdoms are affected.
Right?
Within weeks, the virus has already surpassed the death tally of the Demi-Human War. Survivors began calling this event the Great Calamity 2. On a daily basis, each kingdom's population declines rapidly. The royal selection has been officially cancelled. Lagunica has closed its borders and enacted a travel ban on the other kingdoms.
Okay.
Non-essential workers like
But it's
the Apple
already
salesman-
like in all of the other kingdoms. So what the hell would a travel ban do? What the hell? So here's the thing though, like if all the world of the world was infected, what the hell is a travel ban gonna do? Everybody's infected already, and it's already different people in different places infected. Like when that stuff happened with this actual thing, and I think Italy went on the major shutdown, or it was either Italy or somewhere over in France. It was somewhere over there that it was a crazy lockdown. Like they wouldn't let them leave their houses. They put bars and stuff on it. And it's like, why? At this point, everybody's sick. I mean, try to quell the sickness maybe so 3 people can survive. It doesn't make sense to me.
Have been instructed to avoid public appearances. And lastly, the gospel states that all witch cult activities have been postponed until further notice.
Right.
Fast forward a
The
couple
witch
years,
cult gonna give a
and the
damn about a
ReZero
fucking
world is a
disease,
completely
yeah.
different place.
50,000 people used to live here. Now it's a ghost town.
Demon beasts walk the streets of the capital. Resources are scarce. Human interaction is non-existent. And there's also the question every survivor is wondering: who lived and who died? Well, there's a couple obvious ones, so let's
Right.
get those out of the way first.
Okay.
Reinhardt, for one, can't
Yeah.
even get the virus.
Yeah.
As we know, he's got
Yeah.
the divine protection of sickness immunity.
I should
which
have
makes him
known. I should have known. Best boy wasn't gonna take this down easily. I forgot about Reinhardt, bro. Yeah, he's a walking fucking. I don't even know, bro. What is Reinhardt, bro? That nigga's just OP, bro. He's just OP. It's no matter what you throw at him, no matter what, literally and figuratively, no matter what you throw at Reinhardt, it won't work. Oh my god.
And so-
I did see some shit though. Season 3 is gonna be so good, bro. Season 3 is
to
gonna
any
be so
form of
fucking good.
disease, though even without the blessing, he'd probably be just fine.
Right.
The Dragon Volcanica is another very obvious survivor. His
Right.
blood is capable of miraculously curing any disease, so I think it's safe to say he's alive and well. Satella's always been a mysterious figure that nobody really understands, but if Volcanica, Reed Estrella, and Flugel couldn't kill her, I don't think the coronavirus can. The last obvious one is gonna be Subaru. The story can't progress if
That's true.
Subaru's dead, so we can just assume that Subaru managed to survive the virus one way or another.
Yep.
Alright, with the obvious ones out of
Plus, if he died from it, he'd probably just come back and find a way to live from it. So, yeah.
the way, here's where it's gonna get interesting.
Okay.
Whatever happened to our good old pal Betelgeuse? Well, one day Betelgeuse got news of the virus from his gospel. The gospel told him that while the virus is out, he should just stay home and do nothing. Betelgeuse didn't exactly understand. How could his gospel tell him to stay inside, indulging in sloth? "This must be a mistake," he said. "Please, Gospel, remind me once again, what shall I do next?"
Nothing.
Betelgeuse objected to the command. He assumed something must be wrong with the Gospel, as it would never tell him to do something so slothful.
Right.
So Betelgeuse, who was already insane, went even more insane and left his home after refusing to indulge in sloth. Shortly after, he fell victim to the virus along with his fingers. At first, Regulus Corneus wasn't worried about the virus at all. You see, his authority prohibits any form of outside interference, including disease. This means that Regulus is technically still quarantined even when he's out buying toilet paper. But the outcome Regulus failed to foresee was the death of his...
This is so like, oh my God. Obviously, everybody that's watching this video or watched this video that I'm watching, bro, like watching it when it came out must have been super surreal. I didn't watch this video when it came out, and if I did, I probably forgot about it. But yo, bro, like the toilet paper stuff, he's really hitting all the nails on the head, and it's really cool, bro.
One by one, they died from the virus after their husband refused their treatment, until eventually not a single wife remained, leaving Regulus defenseless against the deadly virus that later seals his fate. Beatrice is a perfect example of proper social distancing. Her door crossing ability allows her to relocate the forbidden library and minimize human interaction. And even before the virus, Byakuya would spend most of her time alone anyway, rarely ever leaving her room. Sounds familiar, doesn't it? Because Beatrice has been social distancing for most of her life, we can assume the coronavirus was not a threat to her at all. Now, as far as social distancing goes, Shala's actually doing just as good as Beatrice.
This might have been a mistake. I don't know who Shala is. I know who Shala is because I've read a little bit, but I don't know who Shala is to an extent. So he's probably trying to tell me something. When I saw the demon dragon Volcanica, bro, I was like, no. I was like, oh, baby, we don't get that deep into it, but no. I'm already this deep in, bro. Let's go.
So I think it's fair to say Shala's gonna survive the virus as well. In fact, there's only one character that quarantines more efficiently than Shala does. That's right, Rui Arneb has been in quarantine literally her entire life. I don't know how the virus could ever get inside Odd Logna, nor if it can even exist in there, but I think we can all agree that Rui Arneb has about a 0% chance of being infected. Her brothers Lei and Roy were a different story. They couldn't stop themselves from eating the infected, resulting in their not-so-tragic deaths. Sirius was able to survive as well. She didn't have to wear a face mask because, well, her entire body is already covered in bandages. I guess that's one way to keep the virus out. Now, because Capella didn't cover her body in bandages, she caught the virus as well. Luckily, she was able to use her authority to simply transform into a version of herself that doesn't have the virus. Simple enough. The last member of the witch cult, Pandora, caught the virus too. But as we know... I
cannot wait to see Pandora again. Season 2 touched on her... Pause. But Season 2 touched on her, like, so slightly, bro. Like, not, I can't word this right, but Season 2 talked about her not enough, you know, and I just need more Pandora. Pandora cannot just speak away. Yo, when I first saw Pandora, bro, when I first saw her, and she was like, Regulus is at home with his many, many wives, and he's not here, and he's gone. I'm like, is she the strongest character in the fucking existence? What the fuck was that? I don't think I've ever seen anything like that. I was arguing with my friends for days about whether or not Pandora from ReZero could beat Goku. And I'm so dead ass. I was arguing, could she beat Rimuru? Could she beat Goku? Could she beat, like, I was going fucking mental saying all the things that I was saying, but I'm like, bro, even if that person has a divine blessing, a great sage, like different things like that, they would die. And I'm thinking, like, obviously she doesn't win, right? Because she's a villain of the series, or quote unquote villain, right? But bro, I was going through like mental stress defending Pandora, and I had only seen like 2 episodes worth of Pandora. So I legitimately look crazy pulling up this same clip of her banishing Regulus to his house, chilling with his wives in hand, and it's like, bro, but she just spoke him out of existence. Hey, bro,
Witches are immortal, meaning they can't die from natural causes, and I'm assuming that includes illness. She also could have just used her authority to make the virus disappear from the world entirely, but instead chose to let it spread while using her authority to cleanse herself only. Not that the virus posed a threat to her or anything, she more so just felt kind of gross. Now, Anastasia seems to be quite wealthy, and judging by the fact that Magic Johnson is still alive, I believe money is a key factor in surviving illness. However, I don't know to what extent this applies to the ReZero world. I can't logically think of a way Anastasia could use money to survive this deadly pandemic, because in the event of an apocalypse, the value of money drops to nothing. So I think in this scenario, Anastasia is unfortunately fucked. Ricardo. Now, at first, I wasn't sure what Ricardo's fate was gonna be. My guess was that demi-humans had better than average immune systems, but I didn't know for sure. I'm certainly not a Ricardo expert, but luckily I knew of someone who is. Somehow, I completely forgot that dogs were immune to the coronavirus. As Joey pointed out, Ricardo is 65 to 70% dog, so even if he's exposed to the virus, his immune system would be far too strong to let it affect him. Arakia, on the other hand, is more like 25 to 50% dog, so although she might have a higher than average chance of survivability, she's not immune. So let's flip a coin. Heads she lives, tails she dies.
What the fuck?
Alright, congratulations, Arakia. You survived the coronavirus. The Neckos are a different story. Cats aren't immune to the virus at all, so they die.
Puck? Puck would die? That's interesting.
All of them, actually, except for Felix.
What?
Felix was able to survive because he's the best healer in Lagunica. He caught the virus, that's for sure, but it was nothing a little mana couldn't fix. Priscilla, despite being exposed to the virus repeatedly, was somehow able to avoid contracting it due to her amazing luck. Wilhelm, on the other hand, wasn't so lucky. As we know, the elderly are the most vulnerable to the virus due to their compromised immune systems. I hate to say it, guys, but Wilhelm's dead. Liliana's not among the elderly, but she dies as well. Her death actually had nothing to do with the virus, though. She was brutally slaughtered by the other characters after annoying them constantly. Omega was able to survive the virus. She contracted it normally, but as we read in the Witches After Tea Party side story, she's capable of invoking the power of the Witch of Wrath through her Pyroxene crystal necklace. In the side story, she used Minerva's power to try and calm down a group of bandits. We're still unsure how those mechanics exactly work, but in this story, she's going to use Minerva's power to heal herself instead, because as we know, Minerva is an extremely powerful healer. As we approach the last couple characters, I want to remind everyone that obviously there are a lot of characters I'm skipping, and the only reason for that is I don't have enough time to get to every single character. So if I'm skipping one of your favorites, feel free to contribute in the comment section with what you think would happen to those specific characters. That being said, Amelia has to survive. Subaru would simply not allow her to die no matter what. All these other characters, we can assume their deaths were out of Subaru's control, but Amelia, Subaru must protect. I believe the same goes for Rom and Rem. These characters aren't particularly resistant to the virus any more than the average person is, but I just can't realistically tell you that Subaru would let them die. So Amelia, Rom, and Rem all get to survive, and they've got Subaru to help them repopulate the world after all of this is over.
Fire. Is that it?
Alright, that's it. Guys, I hope you liked the video. If it seemed a bit rushed, well, that's because it most certainly was. My life's been crazy recently, and I wish I had more time to work on videos, but I thought this would at least be better than nothing, alright? So if you want to support the ReZero videos, leave me a like and let me know what you thought about this video in the comments.
Well, that's where I'm going to end it as well. I personally agree with everything that I love his videos, man. The only reason that I feel like I really love his videos is because one, I love ReZero. I truly do. And despite it being not one of the best anime to ever come out, it's truly written so well. A true arc of just character development. And I feel like ReZero is literally that. Mushiko Tensei and ReZero like really do character development really fucking well. Like from the moment that Subaru came into ReZero, his character was getting developed, and it's the same shit with Mushiko Tensei, which is why I feel like most ReZero fans, they're drawn so close to Mushiko Tensei, because it's the same shit, just written a lot differently. One is written a lot hornier too, but that's besides the point. I love videos like this though. Videos like this that are just so abstract but so close knit. That's how you know ItzNoodlz is like a really, really good creator. Hopefully I can do some stuff like that later down the line. I need to edit more though, edit better, and just like practice more on my skill of things of that nature. But W video from ItzNoodlz. I hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. Make sure to hit the subscribe button, the like button, and hit the little bell. Show me some extra love. I really need your love. I really need your love. Anyways, thank you for watching this video, and peace. I love you guys, man. I love you guys so much.